Welcome everybody to this week's comic review. These are the books that I've picked up so far. I'm still gonna hit up one or two more shops tomorrow, so I will be picking up other books I said I was, or variant covers. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up, show you what's out today before you guys go out and shop. So I did pick up Spider-Man #1, City at War. Good story, love the art. Did not play the video game. Supposedly it was one of the best games out there for the PlayStation. So if you played the game, you'd probably be more familiar with this story. So as you can see right here, it's like any basic Spider-Man. Stressed out, phone calls, delayed bills, owes money, too busy with school, life, girl problems, everything. And the only part of his life that's figured out is Spider-Man. So this story, it begins with him arresting the Kingpin, and it shows how the Kingpin tells him that he's going to regret this decision because he's the one that keeps order in the city. And you can only expect what future problems are going to happen, so pretty good right there. It talks about Dr. Octavius helping him build the suit. Like I said, apparently all this you would be familiar in the game. Miles Morales is introduced real quickly, just as him and his dad. That's like the last of it you see of him. You do see Mary Jane. She is, like, for me it looked like Lois Lane digging up stories, and here she's digging up stories for the Bugle. And she knows Spider-Man's Peter Parker, calling him, asking for his help. And there's that new suit that was built. Like I said, I've never played the game, so I'm not too familiar with how the story goes. But I like how this was written. Really good story. And there it is. Basically setting this up to be something really big. A good story. And here's the next cover for the next issue right there. So, interested, I'll probably keep reading this. Easily give this a 3 out of 5. Great book. Definitely give it a read. Go pick that up. Book number 2 was Spider-Man Life Stories, the 60s. I did like this book a lot better than the last one. This is the same story we know, of course, Spider-Man, but it takes place in the 60s during the Vietnam War. And Spider-Man's conflict of whether he's going to join the war or not. And this book reminded me a lot of that first Spider-Man movie back in the 2000s, when they're introducing Peter Parker to the Osborns. It's the same exact dialogue. Pretty interesting. I literally had a flashback while reading this. Good story. So he's getting his spidey senses every time he's around Harry Osborn's dad, thinking that it's a threat, but not really sure of what to expect from it. Of course, he knows that he is Spider-Man, but Peter doesn't know that he is a Green Goblin. So here is his dilemma with school, work, everything. So they're showing this thing about the Vietnam War and the heroes joining the war to help the casualties and everything. And Peter Parker is questioning this whole time if he should be doing something about it, and the world is having that question: should superheroes be forced to enroll into the military and help, or should they just be doing what they're doing already, sacrificing so much and putting their lives on the line to help people? And Captain America is right there. He's a big part of this whole story. So there's a go away party for Flash going, and he ends up having a run-in with the Green Goblin, which, it's amazing what they do with the Green Goblin, straight, like, right off the bat. So he has a run-in with Captain America in this story. And Captain America is talking about his responsibility for the war, and basically telling Peter Parker that he shouldn't feel so guilty, or he shouldn't feel obligated to join the war. His responsibility is protecting that city, and he's already showing that he's not selfish and putting his life in risk every day. So I'm going to show you this last page right here. So they show, oh, let me go back one, give a little bit of context. So it shows the soldiers out there and they're looking for the Viet Cong, and right here they're surrounded by a village and they're getting anxious, and it looks like they're about to shoot, and as a shield comes and hits them, and it shows Captain America right there. So like it says right here, and tell Iron Man these people are under my protection. And next issue, it's a good story. I like it. Kind of has like a Civil War vibe and Spider-Man movie. Pretty good. Like I said last week, I do no justice for these books showing these images. Like, you guys literally gotta go pick this up, and it's 100 times better having it in your hands. 100 times. So those were those Spider-Man books for this week. Let me move on to another Marvel book that I got. And why not Venom? So this is Venom number 12. I don't think I have to tell you about it. Everybody's mostly likely reading this book. I like this book. It looks like they rushed it just to end it for the War of the Realms until Donny Cates comes back. So as we find out in the last issue, Dylan is Eddie's son. And you get a little more context in this issue of how it became. And right here they kind of show what happened. And it says right here, it wasn't supposed to happen. We didn't even. We just, and it says we bonded. And then Dylan. So he shows up, and I guess that's his little birth origin right there. So she leaves Dylan to Eddie's dad because she had nowhere to go. So this whole book is Brock trying to get out to protect his son, or save him, like the last issue ended. So we see right here something's, what's called, just jump out of that machine. And we see right here where Venom jumps in and stops the car with Dylan and Eddie Brock's dad. And basically has a talk with Dad and tells him about everything in life. And long story short, tells him to stay away from his kid and never to bug him or he will kill him. Showing him right there. So saying, I'm taking him, do anything, you're dead. So right here he takes Dylan back to the hospital, and it shows Dylan's trying to talk to him and he's not responding. And basically just ends with saying, it's better if I leave for both of you. And at this point everybody, well at least I thought it was Eddie. And no, Eddie's right there the whole time. And Venom leaves and goes on his own. Like I said, good book. Good book. I don't know if that little birth of Dylan makes it a key issue or anything. I doubt it, but it is a good story. I like this. Probably one of my favorite stories, along with Immortal Hulk. So let's get to this one. I got 2 of the Immortal Hulks. I'm probably gonna try to get the variant cover tomorrow. This story is pretty good. I liked it. So it's showing the story of Dr. Samson, of how he came back to life. Very interesting. Not too familiar with this character, but I like it. Talks the origin of what happened between his death to after Civil War and till now. And he's trying to control the Hulk after what happened with Betty Ross getting shot. And he's trying to talk some sense to him, to calm down, to talk to him, not to let this Hulk. The best part of this book that's probably important this whole issue is this book gave me the vibe of the movie Split. How they talk about Bruce Banner having these personalities locked up, and each different personality that's within the Hulk. And they talk about this Devil Hulk that we heard about already, I think in issue 7. And I don't know, it's like a confirmation. He's saying that this is the Devil Hulk. Like it says, are you the Devil Hulk? And he says, well, I only just figured that out. So he's talking about how this Hulk is trying to get rid of the whole human race. But it talks about it right here, how the Hulk, the only reason he wants to get rid of the race is because humans are basically killing themselves. And we're ridding ourselves in. And if he steps in, yes, a lot of humans are going to die, but some will survive. So, very good book. They're looking for Betty Ross, at least that's what it makes it look like. And they show another reveal of somebody who's back from the dead. Rick Jones. So, good book. Like I said, this book's very interesting. I never know what's going to come up next. We all thought something with Betty Ross and the She-Hulk and more amazing stuff. This book, definitely 4 out of 5. Don't remember if I said the other ratings for those books. Let's see. Venom, yeah, definitely give it a 4 out of 5. And the Spider-Man, definitely give it a 4 out of 5. Easily. Very good books this week. Guardians of the Galaxy. Gotta pick this up because time's running out. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 3. Good issue. Nothing too important on here. Just the first appearance of the Dark Guardians. That's pretty much the biggest issue right here. It's basically talking about finding Gamora and how crucial it is. And they're after Nova because they know that Nova knows where Gamora is. So they're all trying to go after her. As you can see right here. So the Dark Guardians are chasing Nova just to get information on where she is. I found this line interesting. I'm not too familiar with Wraith. It says, I am the known as Wraith, born Creed, made more. And it says right here, I search for Null, the extolling God. Is he talking about Null, or someone let me know in the comments. I would really like to know that. So basically the Dark Guardians are hunting Gamora, and the Guardians of the Galaxies decide to go save her. Except Peter Quill, who is still bothered by the whole point of that he got murdered by her, and it's understandable. If somebody tried to murder me, I think I hold some kind of grudge against them. But they're off to save her, and basically she's gone after Rocket, and there she is. And there's the next issue. Love that cover. So yeah, nothing too important, I guess, but who knows. But that was a good story. Last one from Marvel that I picked up for now is Avengers, No Road Home. For this book, nothing too important. Just Conan being in the whole Avengers timeline and everything, or at least not the current time, but is helping Scarlet Witch retrieve that shard. As we saw in last week's issue, she got a hold of the shard and ended up in another dimension, which was not another dimension, but Conan's timeline. The Hulk killed Hypnos and had the other shard. So that's where we left off in the last weeks. Love these weekly issues because it continues. You don't forget what happened last week. So there's Conan, and basically he's gonna help her look for that shard that was stolen from her. So this whole book is their adventure to get that shard, and this whole book is showing Conan's badass. He's a badass. I love the Conan issue, and this book made me love Conan even more. So yes, this whole issue is them getting an adventure of getting the shard. But there is one thing right here where they have a vision, and it's very interesting. I love right here. So the Hulk got a hold of that other shard, and they don't know what to do, and this Hulk decides to break it. And I love the conversations between him and Hawkeye. It always makes me laugh, but yeah. So he ends up breaking this shard, and he becomes right here. So I don't know what that is. It's a creature from Chrome. Well, that's what Conan calls him. A creature of Chrome. But there it is. He breaks that shard and becomes, I don't know, interesting. But yes, at the end, eventually they do end up getting that last shard. And Scarlet Witch ends up touching it, which allows Nyx to find out where they are. And there it is right there to retrieve the shard. So it's Conan, Scarlet Witch versus all of them now. So next week should be a good one. Last one I have from DC for now is Aquaman 46. Good book. They have this whole storyline with Nama the Goddess. Nothing too important from here for the most part. Same thing that's been going on. There are the gods that are talking about Nama and what they're going to do. So this whole issue, like I said, nothing important. Nama is fighting Aquaman, and they're fighting for, what is this girl's name? What's her daughter? The daughter of Nama. So they're fighting for a whale, and she's being by Kalich. Oh, there it is. So she's trying to fight this thing off, and it's a good story. I love the art. At the very end, right here, he defeats, at least, well, he knows that she's not defeated, but takes her out, and she comes back right there. So they fight, and Aquaman basically is able to make one last call, and it is, love this right here, where everybody hears it. From land to Atlantis. And the next issue is the one that's going to end it all, and it's right there. The old god to prepare to answer. So next issue is going to be a good one. That is it for this week. Like I said, I should be picking up more books, and I will post what I got. Shouldn't be too much of the storytelling, just showing what variants, what other issues I was able to get during the week. But like I said, if you like this video, subscribe, like. I am trying to do more videos during the week. Hopefully I can do more giveaways. I have a lot of books, so I always have a lot of doubles, so I can get rid of some of my double books. But if you like these videos, please leave a like, subscribe, and tell me down in the comments, what books are you picking up this week? Do you agree with my ratings? And again, check out. And like I said, let's grow this channel, and hopefully we can do some giveaways in the future. I do have a lot of books that I would love to give away. Thank you. Have a good day.